All right, so we are in full swing of food plot season here for our spring plantings in southern tier New York State. We're getting ready to plant some Frigid Forage monster magnet along with some plot screen. And we've selected an area that has kind of a seasonal road that gets a lot of, we'll call it visitors during the deer season. So what we're going to do today is plant a screen along the roadside, because behind me we're going to have a destination food plot this year. It's going to be a mix of monster magnet and big and beastie brassicas. So today our first step actually was this past weekend. We came in and sprayed the field with Roundup. Got a good kill on it. It's only been 4 days and it's starting to dry out pretty well, so we're happy with our result there. The next step is to spread some fertilizer, and we've selected a 30-10-10. It's a fertilizer you can pretty much have mixed or pick up at any of your ag stores. And this stuff that we're planting today really takes a lot of nitrogen. So make sure that when you're putting your fertilizer mix together that you've got that nitrogen level where it needs to be to get a good crop by the time fall hunting season comes around. So we're going to spread some fertilizer. We're going to lightly drag it in. We've got a small disc here behind the tractor, and then we'll prep the seed bed, get the seed spread, pack it down, and then pray for rain. This seed doesn't do very well in a very wet soil, so you know, you got to really be selective in where that area is. We've got good draining field right here. This field's a little bit rocky, but we expect quality results in the fall, so we can get after a couple of nice bucks here in New York. All right, so we're getting ready to apply our fertilizer. Again, it's 30-10-10, a little bit higher in nitrogen. We are going to put down about 250 pounds to a half acre, and then we'll drag it in. All right, so we're getting ready to put our plot screen in here. We got the 30-10-10 fertilizer in. We disced up the weeds and whatever grass was in there and got a decent soil bed. And we're gonna put about a 1/4 acre of this down 16 feet wide. So make sure when you're planting this that you know your measurements, you know how much seed rate to put down. This is 15 pounds of the acre. Bag seeder works great. If you've got a drill, that'll work too. You don't wanna go too deep. But we'll we'll apply the plot screen here next to the road, and then we'll lightly just drag it in and then pack it, and it'll be ready to roll. So as you're seeding this plot screen, you just want to make sure you got a nice and even seed rate, and that you keep track of where your coverage area is. You can kind of look out into the side view and kind of see where your seed's hitting, and then you can adjust your path accordingly. It's best not to overseed this stuff because it'll compete with itself. So just make sure you know your rate when you're going through and keep track of your path. One thing I like to do a lot of times with one of these bag seeders is just have the top open so you can kind of see how your seed's falling through there. Making sure you're not overusing it to start. You can always go back again, but if you put it on too heavy, it's pretty much impossible to pick back up. So just keep an eye on your rate. Make sure you got about a 16-foot wide swath, and you'll be good to go. All right, we're just into the final steps here, putting our plot screen in. We've got a Cullipacker here. If you've got a light drag or a log or a piece of fence or something, you can just drag it. Make sure you get the seed to soil contact. It's a good idea to pack it. We've got a chance of rain coming this weekend. If we get a little shot of rain, that would be fantastic. Just watch your plot as it starts to grow and come up. If it starts to yellow a little bit, might be a little bit starved of nitrogen. So you can always top dress it with a little bit of nitro. 30-10-10 is great. So this is perfect timing to finally get your plot screen and some of your monster magnet in. From now until about the end of June is prime planting conditions for this crop. You'll have great results in the fall. If you haven't gotten your seed yet, go to frigidforage.com, pick up a bag of plot screen or monster magnet, and it's time to get these seeds in the ground.